Controversial Australian doctor has been holding his first suicide workshop in Britain. Dr. Philip Nitschke, dubbed Dr. Death for his promotion of euthanasia, gave a talk to around 40 people in Bournemouth about the drugs people in pain have used to have a peaceful death. But pro-life groups have questioned the decision to allow him into the country.
As far as the Northern Territory law was concerned, you had to be
squeezed into a small room in a seaside hotel. Around 30 people studiously take notes as Dr. Nitschke holds a suicide tutorial. He says he's just giving them the information to choose a reliable and peaceful death. He spoke about sourcing drugs from Mexico and cheaper DIY methods at home. We can't go into the specifics of what he said. The Suicide Act in this country makes it illegal to help anyone commit suicide.
Haven't you just broken the law 30 times over?
No, I don't think so. I think that the law is clear that you're not allowed to advise, counsel or assist a person to suicide. The argument would be, does the provision of information about these acts breach that legislation? And we would say that it doesn't. If you give people accurate information, you're not encouraging them to suicide any more than you're encouraging not to suicide. What you're doing, though, is putting them in a position where they can make rational, informed choice.
At Heathrow, immigration officials questioned Dr. Nitschke for 9 hours before they let him through. And Bournemouth Council isn't exactly happy he's here either. He had hired one of their buildings to hold his meeting, but when the council realised the topic of his discussion, they cancelled. That's why the workshop was held in this hotel. Peter House, who has multiple sclerosis, had to sign the disclaimer saying he wouldn't use the information to end his life. But he says that people don't have the time to wait for a change in the law.
I could sense the anguish and the angst in all these people struggling within themselves, like almost clutching at straws, involving themselves in the mechanics. How are they going to be able to do it? Will they be able to do it? I think it's outrageous that people are demeaned in that way and reduced to that level.
But organisations opposed to euthanasia argue it's not a dignified alternative, it's dangerous.
I think the number of people Dr. Nitschke will come into contact with on his roadshow this week is probably limited, but it's the knock-on effect, it's media coverage, it's the whole idea of ending people's lives because they think, perhaps only temporarily, that it's not worth living. And I think that's unhealthy for society at large and unhealthy for healthcare as well.
Dr. Nitschke is now taking his end-of-life workshop on the road. If today is anything to go by, the authorities aren't going to stop him, and people are going to want to hear him.